What's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G on EGTV. How you guys doing? Yes, I'm back home in Toronto. Yes, I'm home away from home, actually, because I live in the UK now, but I'm home in Toronto. And big up to everybody watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my vlog that I did about my little trip. And you know what? On today's show, I'm going to explain what I'm doing. But before we go any further, I need you guys to do me a favor. Let's try to get to at least 100 likes on today's video. Smash that like button. Only 50% of you guys who are actually subscribed to the channel watch the videos. So if you guys, the other 50% who are watching the videos, do me a favor. Why don't you just subscribe and you get more notifications and more everything else going forward. And if you're not already a part of the notification gang, join the notification gang. So let's get this show started. Let's get this on the right way. And you already know what it is, EGTV. What's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty. Yes, people. That's not it. Let's get the show started the right way. On today's show, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G on EGTV, and we're live right now, direct. And what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? On today's show, we're going to be discussing a certain individual Danish player called Damsgaard. We're going to be discussing an Italian player called Insigne. And you know, we're going to get a little bit back onto the Ben White situation, giving you guys a small update on what's going on currently with Ben White and the whole situation with the club and how close this deal is imminent. We're also going to be talking about Lokonga and everything around Lokonga, surrounding Lokonga's situation. We're going to talk about Lokonga finishing his vacation most recently and how that he's finished his vacation, he can come join Arsenal for preseason. Yes, he might be joining us for the preseason game, the first preseason game and the second game versus Rangers. Also, we got Nuno Tavares in the UK about to finish his quarantine so he can then do the medical. Also, we will have another person to discuss today, which is none other than Hector Bellerin. We're gonna see and 3 academy players have now agreed to sign new deals, being Smith Rowe, you got Taylor Hart, and you got Arthur Okongu, the goalkeeper. He'll be given a chance to be a starter for the preseason, and he'll be given a first chance to be a backup before we go and sign another backup. He's homegrown, and this is a great opportunity for the young guy. And when it comes down to it, we should be giving our homegrown players more of a chance. Also, we'll be giving Taylor Hart a chance this season to impress in the preseason, and he signed a new deal, so this is great for the future. This is all plus more. Check everything in the comment section and in the description. But yeah, this is it for now. Big up to every single one of you guys watching. And you know what, guys? Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this show started. Back. Yes, people. So let's get this show started the right way. And I got my guests with me. So let me introduce my cast. How's everybody doing today? Yes, I'm in my hotel, so don't make fun of me. But yeah, I got Samuel here in the top. You got Sahal. You got Miss Melina making her debut. Big up Melina in the house. We got Aslan, we got Karan, and we got Gunnar Express. We also have Kesh supposed to be coming through, and Lisa supposed to be coming through anytime now. So I will not be putting the link in the chat today. So Mahdeen, I'm sorry, but you can jump on next time, Brett. And this is the last video I'm doing for the weekend. I will still be doing a live stream for the Conor McGregor fight. I'll be doing another stream for maybe after the England game if something happens of note besides England winning. If England win, I'll probably just do a party stream telling you guys, showing you guys what's going on with that. But yeah, big up to everybody in the chat. I can see my guys here. We got Miss Melina, we got Dizzy, we got Corey, we got Dizzy, we got we got Tim Smith. Big up Tim Smith. Azan's in the chat. Rowan. Yes, we got Lambs in the chat. Big up everybody who's watching. So let's get the show started the right way. Who are we gonna be? And we got Lisa, late edition. Lisa, how you doing? Lisa, you there? Yeah, she's there. Okay, so guys, only way to start the show today is there's been a lot of madness. But before we get any further, how's everyone doing? Samuel?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. It's all going good. Summertime here. It's good.
So, Hall, you still upset about Saliba?
Hey, say that again. Sorry.
Still upset about Saliba, Sahal?
Me. No, man. I just want this guy free. That's about it, really.
What? He is free.
Okay, let him go.
He's not free, man.
Thanks for having me on. Big ups to you. Welcome to Toronto. Thanks for having me on. Yo, when you said your hotel's better than your family house, you weren't lying there.
There you go. Gunnar, Gunnar Express is in the house. We got Aslan in the house. We got Karan in the house. And Lisa joining us also, right? How you guys all doing? Gunnar Express, Aslan, Karan.
Yeah,
all good, buddy.
All good, man.
Yeah, Lisa all the way from Australia. You good?
I'm good. Just the international fan representing.
Okay, so you know what? Let's just get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. Cut the bullshit. Cut the malarkey. Let's talk about it. Hector Bellerin. There's a situation where Hector Bellerin, guys, the club is now willing to let him go on loan. Their stance, they've changed their stance. Originally, their stance was that they were not going to loan out Hector Bellerin under no circumstances. They were going to try to make sure he is sold. But Arsenal are now willing to loan out Hector Bellerin. Now, is this a mistake? Are the club making a mistake? Do you think loaning out a player who could actually lower his value and then have one less year on his contract, is it a smart move for a club that needs to get sales done this summer, and Hector Bellerin being one of those players? I've asked before, would you be willing to take less money for Hector Bellerin? At this point, 17 million doesn't even seem like a reasonable amount. They want less than that. They're saying 15 and less for Hector Bellerin, and that's the starting point for majority of clubs. So are we going to constantly reject bids, or are we just going to accept whatever they take at this point? Or are you willing to send him on loan to see if we can get the full value of Hector Bellerin, which is around 20 to 25 million pounds? That is the first question I'm going to throw to you. And the way I'm going to do this today is I'm going to have people nominate themselves to speak on the topic, because I can't have every single person speak on this topic. So out of the people here, I need 4 nominees. Who's going to nominate?
I'll speak on this.
I'll go.
So I'll go Karan, Melina, Lisa, and who's the last person?
Me.
Okay, so I'll go with you, Samuel, first. What do you think about Hector Bellerin, possible deal for a loan deal?
Listen, it's no surprise we've been bullied in the market again. We came into this market saying £20 million for the player. They said no, there's no ifs or buts. And guess what? They lowered the valuation. This club has crumbled. They lowered the valuation again. Now, personally, I think Hector Bellerin is no longer, or he's outside his welcome at Arsenal. He's not good enough. His time has passed. My eyes, he's washed. He's not good enough to pay for Arsenal. And I think 20 million is a reasonable fee for the guy. But now the club has changed its stance to saying they want to loan the guy. No. The only way I'll take a loan if it's a loan with the obligation to buy. But if we're going to loan him out, this is going to be a disgrace and it's a disaster again. And no surprise from the puppets from Edu messing it up again. I'm not surprised.
Okay. Then I'll go to you, Melina. What do you think about the whole Bellerin situation?
Igal, you know me. I'm not one to sugarcoat things, so I'm going to say it how I say it. Hector Bellerin, Hecky B, as much stuff he's had going on in his personal life. To me, he's beyond washed up, no longer credible on the pitch. In my eyes, no longer respected as a footballer and should be doing what he loves the most, which we all know is possibly fashioning and modeling on Instagram. Let's be real here. You know what? With the puppets we have at the board here, they can't even negotiate a packet of crisps. So I'm not surprised when we can't get 17 million for Hector Bellerin when we expected to sell him for 25 million. Just like the guy above me said, sorry, brother, I forgot your name. Samuel, yeah, I agree. The only way I would agree with a loan is with an obligation to buy. Now, let's be real here. This is Arsenal, and of course, we're the type of club to loan him out and bring him back and think we're going to work magic here. So, to me, this is unacceptable. I would pay for his flight out of the Emirates. He's a liability and should nowhere be near this club anymore. His days at Arsenal Football Club are long done, Igel.
Okay, so my question is, are you still willing to loan him out?
Yes, I would loan him out only if there's an obligation to buy.
Okay, next, I'll go to you, Karan.
Yeah, so I mean, the situation with Bellerin is quite clear. The player wants a move to Spain, predominantly. It's where he's from. There have been offers from Italy, but as we all know, the Italian clubs are stone cold broke. The only reason why we're in the Locatelli saga, whatever it is because Juventus are broke. So they're going to be trying to lowball us. They're going to try and devalue the price. They're going to try and actually just give a valuation that they think that we'll just accept because we're desperate. We're actually desperate to get rid of some of these players. We're at a selling point in our club right now. We're not looking to keep lots of these players, and clubs know this. So in terms of obligation to buy versus selling him outright versus a loan with no obligation to buy. Obviously, we're looking at a buy first, a clear buy. I mean, they've just sold Hakimi, but the thing is, their finances are so on the ropes due to this China situation and all the things that have gone with them. It's very clear that they can't really afford these prices, and I don't think that we're going to be selling him for 17 million. It depends on the player, and the player clearly said he wants to move to Spain. We've seen this market's been very sort of topsy-turvy. It's not as inflated, the prices. The prices are very much deflated, for example, the Samara deal. So I'm a bit confused about why this is being taken so seriously when we know that the club doesn't really have the money.
Yeah, I hear that. And then Lisa, what's your stance on the whole Hector Bellerin thing?
My stance is I would 100% loan him out if it has the obligation to buy him at the end of when the loan ends. And I think what Melina touched on with his personal problems, it's similar to Tavares, because I think at the start of the season or something like that, apparently his uncle, his dad's brother died, so that's why he prefers to go to Spain. So he's a lot closer with his family, so that's why we're kind of more lenient for him to leave as much to even offer him or the club a loan to kind of help out the player and help out the club. But if there's an application to buy and if it's like a 17 range, then I would 100% take it. So as what's called said, that Karan said, we're still in the process, because I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot when the club came out, or Arteta came out and says that we have all the money, don't worry about it. So when other clubs bet that we have money, that kind of took away our advantage, because if we have all the money, they can kind of just put 1 and 2 together, that all we need to do is just sell the players. So I think they know that we're desperate too. So if they give an offer where we're not happy with, I think at the end of the day we can be all this like hardcore, like, we won't accept your offer. But I think it is going to get to a point that we are going to be a bit desperate to kind of take whatever money most of the clubs are offering for our players. So I'll definitely take that loan.
Okay. So everyone else who hasn't spoken, I just want thumbs up or thumbs down. Aslan, thumbs up or thumbs down on loaning out Hector Bellerin?
Thumbs down.
Okay. Sahal, thumbs up or thumbs down for loaning up Hector Bellerin?
Thumbs down, I guess.
Okay. And Gunnar Express?
Yeah, get rid of him. So no, I want him gone permanently.
So you're okay with loaning him out to get him gone?
No, I want him gone permanently.
Okay. So personally, I feel like I understand why the club would loan him out, only with an obligation to buy, in my opinion. But if they don't get an obligation to buy, the terms have to be reasonable enough to get him to be sold. If not, just bite the bullet, sell him for 15 million, sell him for 10 million if you need to, sell him for 12 million if you need to. At this point, his value is just depreciating. If he gets loaned out and he plays bad, no matter what, we're losing money. So what's the point? What's the absolute point? It makes no sense. Now, since the lucky winners who did not speak on the Bellerin situation are now going to get to speak on Joe Willock. So the situation with Joe Willock is Joe Willock recently tweeted on or messaged St. Maximin underneath one of his messages and said, "I miss you, bro." And St. Maximin said, "I just come back." Right, and it sparked these rumors that Joe Willock would actually prefer a move at this point in his career to get more game time. Now, this is just a guess. This is an assumption from a journalist making an article based off an Instagram message. But I know this is ridiculous talk. But Newcastle are still interested in Joe Willock. Joe Willock performed very well for them. He was their player he was player of the month for the last month of the Premier League. So, Hall, would you sell Joe Willock, or if you were advising Joe Willock, would you tell him to stay at Arsenal? So it's kind of two questions.
Actually, let me twist it a little bit. If I was Arsenal at this point of the transfer window, I would keep Joe Willock, because we clearly having problems finding a midfielder. I think Joe Willock is okay. He's good enough to be a backup. I mean, if we were to sell him, I would I would be okay with it, but I wouldn't see the plan of it. Yet again, Arsenal are not very good planners. So I will keep Joe Willock, and he can be our backup cam because we don't have one at the moment. So we don't have to buy a backup cam. He can be the backup cam, and we can just move on and buy another midfielder in a DM area, which we desperately need.
Some people are saying sell, sell, sell. Someone's saying 30 million. Dizzy said I would sell. Anyone makes that offer, I would sell. Aslan, 30 million for Willock. You accepting that?
No way. I want Willock to come back, be given a fair chance, and for him to succeed at Arsenal. Look, the whole point of us sending him out on loan was for him to get game time under his belt, to gain experience, and as a bonus, the lad added goals to his game, right? I mean, he single-handedly kept Newcastle up the league in the Premier League. So I'm not entertaining any figures. He doesn't deserve to be on the transfer list. And as far as his little social media exchange with Saint Maximin, look, I'm not going to read too much into it because we saw what Matt Ryan did, and then all the other Arsenal squad players replying to his post, and he's not coming back to Arsenal. So I'm not reading too much into that. But yeah, he should come back to Arsenal. But unfortunately, for some reason, I've got a bad feeling that the manager's not going to see him in his plans, and that he will be sold, especially after hearing what is going to go on with Hector Bellerin and possibly other players. We're probably going to need funds, and unfortunately, I feel he will be sold.
Okay, Gunnar Express, you're the last one. 30 million. Sell, keep. What are you saying?
So.
That's it. Nothing else to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
now I'm going to throw the same question to everybody in the audience, and I'm going to throw it to the panelists that haven't really spoken on the topic. So first, I'm going to start with you, Sahal. Sell or keep 30 million? Sahal, you there? Okay. I'll go with you, Samuel. What do you say? Sell or keep?
Sorry. I said keep. I said keep. Sorry. Keep.
Okay. Samuel? You're muted, bro. What the hell?
Okay, I'll keep him as we're struggling in the transfer market. I'll keep Willock for the season. If it don't work out, I'll sell him next summer. Straight to the point.
What I was saying, sell in the comment section. Melina, are you selling or keeping Joe Willock at the?
I would keep him for the season because he should be given a fair chance. The reason we sent him out is because we wanted him to get game time and improve. So the man should come and prove himself in the Arsenal kit.
Interesting. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying that's an interesting way of thinking. I like that.
Can I add another pointer? Just a quick one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Conversation should flow.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think what most of us don't realize is when most of the players get a loan and they get a taste of like a first starter, they want to keep that because maybe he had a conversation with Arteta and he might know that he's going to be sitting on the bench, and because we don't have Europe, it's going to be kind of limited. So he's kind of starting his option. Do I want to sit in the bench the whole entire time, or do I want to be playing another club, starting in and out to improve myself, or even increase his value even more?
Interesting. I get that. Now, when it comes to you, Karan, what do you think? Sell or keep, or is it not that simple for you? There's a lot of
there's multiple factors come into this deal. I mean, so at Newcastle, we need to get rid of this idea that he was a starter. He came off the bench a lot. He impacted things from the bench. He was a very good bench option that came off the bench for them. He scored a lot of goals and he did very well. But let's forget this idea that he was a starter for them, because he was not a starter for them. He was getting regular game time and he did very well. I love Joe Willock. I wouldn't sell him for anything less than double that price. Double that price.
60.
I would not sell him for less than double that price. There's no way. I'll give you my reasoning. It's quite simple. One, he's English and there's homegrown tax. If Ben White's going for 50, why are we selling one of our most talented midfielders for about 30? It doesn't make any sense. Two, Mikel Arteta's insinuated time and time again he's moving to a 4-3-3, and where does Joe Willock work very well in a left centre mid situation in a 4-3-3, crossing over to the right side to create overloads. And the third option is his age. He's very young. He's someone that can develop. At most, I would send him out on another loan. There's no reason to sell him. And as other people on the panel have indicated, we need to get players in before we start thinking about getting players out. So that's it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna swiftly move on. But before I move on, I'm just gonna tell you guys these stories. You let me know. Just scream out if you care about these stories or not. Right. So the first story is Said Kolasinac will be joining Arsenal for preseason, even though Lazio and Ozil's team, the team that Ozil's at, Fenerbahce, both want him as a left back. Is this a story that we should care about, or should we just move on?
Move on.
Move on, right?
It's Kolasinac. There's no
Move on.
Next story. Chelsea are supposedly going in for Tapsoba and are willing to bid up to 60 million pounds. Should we care what Chelsea are doing in the transfer window?
No.
No, we should be fussed about what we're doing.
Exactly.
Move on.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Lisa back. So yeah, no one cares about that. People in the chat, let me know if you care about those stories also, right? 60 million pounds for Tapsoba, you know. Is he that much better than Ben White? I don't know. Gunnar Express is not here to vouch for him. Next. The next story.
He's good. He's good.
Who's
good.
He's good.
He's good.
I'm not gonna lie and say Tapsoba's not
no,
good.
Tapsoba is a good player.
He's good, yeah, he's very good.
No, he's a very good player, but honestly, my personal opinion, I think, the best centre back, like Ben White, I don't rate him, but he would personally, I think Saliba's better, but you know what he's Tapsoba,
can you make that judgment?
I don't think he will improve.
Okay, let me stop
Where
you
are you
there.
making that judgment from?
Nowhere.
I'll know where that doesn't come from.
Guys, I thought we didn't care. I thought we didn't care what Chelsea did. Anyways, Gunnar Express will go back in time. Gunnar Express.
No, I'm just saying.
Gunnar Express. Chelsea are about to are looking to sign Tapsoba for 60 million. Should we care as Arsenal fans?
Yes, because he's better than Ben White.
Okay.
No, I'm not taking Ben White's London, man. Come on.
No, wasn't he our first target? Apparently,
it's true, man.
There was an article that came out apparently 2 weeks ago. We made
for 10 mil more, bro.
We made like a bid about like 50 to 60 mil, and apparently they rejected it because they wanted 70, and apparently that was over what Arsenal really thought was value for that player. So they went and did the Ben White deal.
So do you guys think Tapsoba's
he's the second
better than Ben
better.
White? That we should be concerned that they're getting him.
No, he's not.
He's
Probably not.
He's a quality centre back. It's quite clear. He's a quality centre back, but I do not care. I really don't. I mean, we have our own issues to be worrying about. There are different areas that we need to be strengthening in. Centre back isn't an issue with us, and we are signing a centre back. Fair play to Chelsea if they want to get him. I mean, I don't know where he fits in their rotation. They have so many centre backs at the moment. If they want to get another one, that's fair play to them. They need a lot, to be fair. They need midfielders, and then we need a striker. So if they want to get another centre back, good for them. But I really don't care.
Wait, Agel, sorry to interrupt. I sent you something about a transfer update.
When was this?
Okay.
18 minutes ago. Oh, Lyon. Lyon are interested in contacting Arsenal. Have made an offer. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Houssama anyways.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get onto it in a bit. Now let's get on to the next one, right? This one right here is I'm gonna go to Ozzy's joined us. Hi Ozzy. Next one, I'm gonna go to Aslan because Aslan would be the only one that knows him out of us. Aslan, we're interested in this Sassuolo player. He's a right back, 22 years old, has not really contributed attacking wise this season. I've looked at his scouting report. Supposedly he's not one of the best crossers.
It's Mulder, right?
Yeah, Mulder.
Yep.
Aslan. Do you know
Look, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know too much about him before the whole Euros. but from what I've seen of him online, he looks okay. And for me, okay is not good enough. We've got plenty of average okay players anyway within our squad. Like, he is young. He does have time to develop, but for me, we need people to come and hit the ground running and make an impact in the short term rather than the long term. So for me, I'll pass on this guy. I'm not entertaining it at all.
Okay. The only thing I've looked at this guy is transfer market and the crab sheets, and I haven't really looked on the full analysis, but what I have seen, it's sort of he's exactly what Aslan just said. He's okay. He seems like he'll do a job, but a guy just said Celik in the chat, and Celik is actually better for me. So I don't really know why we're going for someone who isn't as good as Celik.
Guys, actually, I got a good question. Actually, are you guys worried that we're not getting linked with a lot of right backs?
No.
Because we have so many at the club.
Gone, I'll expect us to be linked to every
exactly.
right back.
We have to deal with Hector Bellerin and whoever's going to buy it.
We have 4 right backs at the club. We have 4 right backs at the club.
Yeah. And none of them are good.
We have other positions to cover first, like a DM.
Yeah.
And just to come off what Aslan said, because I don't know too much about the player, because he was playing in Europe. I think it's really not the best outcome to be just analyzing the player in how they did well in Europe. Because if they went and actually sat down and analyzed everything of how his skill set, how he generally plays before the Europe, and they made their conclusion, yeah, he's the right player. But if you're doing that just in a small sample of just a couple of Europe games, it's not really a good look. It just looks like, yep, he's the right person because he plays, let's get him in. I wouldn't feel too comfortable in that type of sense, because Europe is just a small competition, and the whole world's watching. You want to be at your best, but then it's like, how do you play for a whole season is how you would really should be judging the players that you're scouting.
I hear that. Guys, I just want to quickly move on to the next topic. Instead of talking about the academy kids, I'm just going to talk about some of the crazy links that we've had first. So I'm going to put a player on the screen. First, we're going to say, is this a fake story or is it a real story? And then from there, we're going to determine if we'd be actually interested in this player, right? So you guys can just shout out what you think.
Go for it.
And then I'll go in order. So the first player that we've been linked to that absolutely makes no sense, but we've just been linked to him because he had a good Euros, is Damsgaard. Damsgaard, the Danish player, has had a really good tournament.
Absolutely fake.
This is more outrageous than Sahal supporting Marseille.
This is the Sergio Ramos story again. This is how ridiculous this is. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so this is a fake story, you guys are saying.
Fake news.
Yeah, a disgraceful story, just like Melina said about.
Okay, would you guys even entertain it for a second?
Hell no.
No. You guys, you can't just look at Euros and just be like, okay, cool, Damsgaard, he scored a free kick. No, he's had a good Euros, but that's it. I don't really rate him in terms of, it's just, he's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
No, not that guy.
Okay, so moving on to the next story. The next story is even more ridiculous, but this actually has a real link. This came from a credible source, right? Supposedly, Arsenal were linked to Italian winger Insigne, right? Napoli would never sell him, in my opinion, and especially Napoli being historically known to being very difficult to deal with. But we've been linked to him, and fans actually started getting excited for like 2 minutes until another report came out stating that Napoli would never sell him unless it was a ridiculous 80 million price tag. And at that point, fans just said, you know what, it makes no sense. But yeah, the Italian newspaper did link us to the Napoli forward. Of course, Italian newspapers are going to do what they do, but I don't believe it. I want to ask you guys, do you think it's real, fake, or is this just another joke?
You know what? I just found out about this rumor right now. I didn't even know this was a rumor.
It's as real as him getting on a roller coaster. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. This is.
Did you guys get his joke? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so everyone's just saying fake, it's fake. Yeah, so there's no point of talking about fake stuff. Nuno Express, Aslan, Lisa, Ozzy, Melina, you guys all think it's fake anyways, right?
Fake.
Fake. Even on his tippy toes.
Fake. Next story. Manchester United were so interested in Arsenal target. Manchester United were so interested in Arsenal's targets that they're now also trying to target this gentleman. And also, supposedly, he rejected Arsenal and made a and when Arsenal approached him, he said no. Now, I personally think these things are fake. I don't think Locatelli rejected Arsenal. I think he does have a preference to stay in Italy, but the way they write these stories, they make it in a way where there's truth to what they're saying, but they stretch the truth, or might I say, they add spice to the truth. So, is it me, or is this whole Locatelli coming to the Premier League a myth?
Listen,
He was never coming. He was never coming. I'm sorry.
He's staying in Italy, right?
Yeah, we've got to lock up the telly, man.
I think it's just to increase his price for Juve. So it could be the agent. Let's be real here. Agents like to run their own thing. So this is probably what they're doing. And I agree with Igal. I don't think this is something we should entertain.
It's not the agent this time. It's really the Sassuolo president who's come out and said we've got bids from a foreign club, i.e. Arsenal, trying to get Juventus to move to play their hand. Basically, I don't think it's an agent. It's more the club itself.
Okay, so you guys do know though this whole transfer window they've been just linking Arsenal targets to Manchester United for banter. Right?
Not banter, it's agents.
Locatelli definitely is the number one option for Arsenal, though. I mean, you can say what you want, but Arsenal want him. He's the number one target.
Come on.
How it went.
Can we stop acting like we know what's happening in the transfer window? Like we don't know. Like the amount of transfer windows we've seen. This whole transfer window we've actually seen.
No, that's fair, but you're
signings we've made, we don't know.
You're writing off people saying it's fake, this and that, so you don't know anything either. So it's the same thing. Like
I'm not saying that I do, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I don't say I know anything either. But what I'm saying is to insinuate that we know what the number one target is when all the targets we've actually gone after. Okay, tell me how it's pretty much obvious.
Because what other midfielder are we even remotely interested in right now?
Well,
what midfielder have we put a bid in for?
Gunner Express. Really? You're gonna say that, Gunner Express? Come on.
What?
No, what I was going to add
to 100 midfielders.
Exactly.
No, but how many of them are gone to the extent where Locatelli is? Where we're putting bids in, where we do things like this? No, we haven't put a bid in for Basuma. We haven't even contacted. These players.
Basuma, Maddison. We've put in
inquiries for
anything. No, but literally
anything like I just said. I said to the extent of what Locatelli's gone to.
I'm sorry,
right now, but still none of them are to the extent of where we've gone to with Locatelli.
But what I can add,
are you actually serious?
What I can add into it, I think.
I'm having time taking you serious here.
Locatelli is the number one option for Arsenal. You can say he isn't, but he is. There's no other midfielder that
we're just going to disagree here because I don't. But it's not about it's just I don't disagree with your opinion.
You have to agree. I'm not saying you have to agree. What I'm saying is it's obvious that he is the number one option. I'm not saying that we're going to get him, but it's so obvious that he is. Arsenal want him. We keep going. We're making bids. He's consistently in the eyes and the ears and the mouth of every single person. Yeah, it's more bids that we've made for Basuma, isn't it? Okay. So what's your point?
I just want to quickly say something after they finish fighting. I think my point of view or I think what happened is maybe like Arsenal went and said, look, we're interested in your player. Just keep names in there or just keeps us in tab or updated on what's going on. So maybe the CEO kind of maybe flipped it now and then in that sense to kind of make Juve worry that that there's someone from another league that's really interested and put a bid
I mean,
and it doesn't really help when it's like credible sources that are linking us left, right, and center. Because as Agal said, that we've been linked with so many midfielders, so many players. Like some I've never heard. They're just coming out of left, right, and center. But I can understand where Gunnar Express is coming from because this is the first player that having credible sources left, right, and center, and it's not a one-time thing. It's been like 2 or 3 bases, and they have credits and they know what they're saying, and it comes from a CEO, so there has to be some heat into it. So I can understand where both you guys are coming from.
Let me just stop you guys here.
I want to go with Gunnar Express here.
One second. We're gonna be here all day. Let me just say this right now. as much as you want to say he's our number one target, I genuinely believe we've been used as a ploy to help move this deal along for Juventus. I can see Arsenal being interested in the player, but Italian players are historically known for wanting to stay in Italy, especially when you are in the Italian national team right now and there's a World Cup around the corner. Why would you put yourself in a precarious situation to play for Arsenal? I am sorry. Gunnar Express, everybody here, I agree where you're coming from. I understand your points and I respect your points, but I feel like the Locatelli thing, we're going to be arguing amongst ourselves.
No, that's fine, but I just want to know how it's negative.
No,
How is me saying that I think Locatelli is number one option?
Wait. I want to say something. No, I want to back Gunnar Express up here, okay? You know what? I'm going to quote someone here. He said, I should not have to convince a player to join Arsenal.
Yeah,
Should not. I've not.
Arteta, yes.
Arsenal. Listen, if we're going to go to some massive extent, say we're going to overpay you to come play for us, I want no interest in this. Absolutely no interest. As he said, we should not attract a player or force a player to come to Arsenal. He should want to come to us.
Facts.
And this is what we're looking at.
Facts. Now, we got Ozzy here. We got Kesh in the house. Everyone's here. Big up, guys. And we haven't even gotten to the main event yet. Who just dropped out? Oh, no one did. What am I talking about? Okay, so the next story is Sabitzer. So I'm just gonna read the story for you guys because this story makes absolutely no sense, but it's quite interesting, right? So we'll figure out the validity of it afterwards. But let me just read this story. So the story states that Arsenal, Tottenham are interested in signing Sabitzer. His price is very reasonable, and for a cut price, he'd be a good deal for either club. But Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a big fan of Matthias Sabitzer and is aimed transfer links this summer. Sabitzer has been linked to a numerous number of clubs, including Arsenal and United, but they're tipped if Pogba was to leave that he could be a possible replacement. So, are we worried?
They're not even the same position, so.
I get that, but they're linking him to Manchester United. Now, Sabitzer, one, would you take him at Arsenal? And two, are you worried about Arsenal not moving quick for him?
It's fake go. He's not going to leave Germany, is he? Just like Locatelli. Why would he leave Germany? He's in Champions League team. Why is he going to leave?
No, his contract is ending, so he's looking. Another thing. Another thing to add. I think he had disagreements with the club because I remember they did the lineup and I think one of their fans asked where is he, and the what's called said that he was injured, but he went and comment back like, no, I'm not injured, but they won't let me play. So there's
that was Nagelsmann. They've got a new manager.
I don't think it's based off Nagelsmann. I think it's based off the club.
That's the thing. He's a Red Bull boy. He wouldn't leave.
Let Cash speak.
To do with his contract and what him and his agents demanded, and I don't think Leipzig's willing to match what he wants. At the end of the day, I think he's a good player. Is he what we need? I don't necessarily think so. In terms of a number 10, because he's not really a sitting centre mid, which is the position that we're looking at. In terms of the Man United link, I think it's false. I really don't think there's a lot of clubs that are actually in for him at present.
I was gonna go to Azan next. Azan, what do you think about the whole Sabitzer links? Are you just sick and tired of links? I remember you saying something like that the other day.
Yeah, look, personally, I just feel that when we're linked to players, if it goes beyond the week, I think it's just a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. Right?
So you want to see action?
If we were proper serious, we would be moving like our rivals. When they get linked to a player, by the end of the week, that player is signed. Yeah? People say to me, well, traditionally, that's not what we do. We buy players towards the end of July. We buy players beginning of August. Well, this year, for us, should be a different to the pattern or to our most recent history or our transfer activity that we've seen in the summer windows, right? Now, for me, I would take Sabitzer all day, every day. He walks into our midfield right now. We lack quality, especially in squad depth as well. I don't believe the squad depth players that we have are at a level to compete or push our first starting 11 midfielders. And until we have two quality players or two players who are willing to compete and create healthy competition in order to get the best out of each other, until we have that, we're not going to elevate. So me personally, I will take Sabitzer. Talent-wise, it makes sense. Business, financial-wise, it makes sense. He's at a right age to come and contribute for the short term, not for us to wait and in order to develop him and then think about him for the long term. So I will take him personally.
Yo, can you guys do your job, please? There's people doing some mad things in the chat. Just can you block them? Thank you. Now, continuing on, I'm just gonna stay on this Sabitzer thing. Everybody here, Kesh, you've said that you feel like he's the right profile of player. Do you still feel like that's the right case?
I didn't say that.
No, but you said you would have preferred him at the time.
But listen, based off the position that we're looking to play at and the system we're looking to play, I do not feel he fits that system. If the manager's willing to do something new, then fair enough, you can go ahead and do that. But as I said, Arsenal's got their number one targets. I know everyone don't agree with that, but I share a different view. I'd rather go for a number one target. So when it does fuck up, you know it's to blame. You know who's to blame. You wanted that player, so it's all on you. Rather than going for a second target who's not really the preferred option when he comes in, it doesn't work out. Go for your number one target.
All right. Anyone here don't want Sabitzer? Let me know right now. Karan, who else?
Wait, so who's our number one target ahead of supposedly Sabitzer?
Maddison.
Locatelli.
Maddison. In the attacking third. Maddison.
Or Aouar.
Or Aouar. We're gonna talk about Aouar in a bit.
Yeah, no, but you asked who the top target was.
The next thing is, I want to ask you guys, how excited are you about the opportunities that we're going to be giving to our youngsters? So we already have Saka, Smith Rowe, and now we've given Tyler Hart a new deal, I think. Yeah, we have given him a new deal. We're going to be giving Smith Rowe a new deal, and now we've also given Arthur Okonkwo a new deal, and he will now be not only the backup goalkeeper, but he'll be given a first team shirt, and he'll be a big part of the first team with this upcoming season, and he'll also be a big part of the preseason, being the only goalkeeper ready for the first preseason game. I'm quite excited about this. This is a good move by the club, getting more young players involved, and we don't have to now worry about the homegrown quota as much going forward if we have these guys embedded into a club early. Now, is this a good thing? Yes. Is this going to get us back to winning things? Probably not. But what it will do, it will have us. We won't have to be so dependent on getting homegrown players later down the line. Because over the past couple of years, we've struggled to field good homegrown talent. And if we're bringing them in at a young age, it gives us a better opportunity moving forward. I don't know whose mic that is, but please mute it. But yeah, that was my thoughts on that. Now I'm just going to gauge everyone else's thoughts on it. What do you guys think about the whole thing with the three youngsters getting their new deals with Okonkwo, the goalkeeper, Taylor Hart, which is still, 17? He's not going to play anytime soon in the first team, but it's good to get these youngsters tied up. And obviously Smith Rowe being the third one, who we hope to see that done sooner than later. He's going to be a big part of the first team next season, by the way. So yeah, I'm going to start from the bottom this time. I'm going to go with Ozzy. Ozzy, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's always good to see young players coming through. The other good thing is obviously having them for the longevity as well. If they don't work out, you still got them tied to long-term contracts, so you can move them on for a decent price. But yeah, it's always good to see young talent coming through at Arsenal.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go to you, Lisa. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna speak on the goalkeeper. Is it Lokonga? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
No. It's Arthur Okonkwo.
Yeah, there's actually a fact that came up on Twitter.
Okonkwo.
Okay, thank you very much for that. It says that he's actually the first Helen produced goalkeeper to be promoted in the Arsenal first team since Graham Stock in 2003. Something about that. So he must be highly
Rated.
it up around the club because apparently he was there since he was 16 years old. So they might have some special talents down there because I haven't really seen a lot of goalkeepers produced from Al N. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started doing videos, this was one of the academy kids that I was always raving about. And I know when I first met Kesh, we were always talking about this. So I want to hear Kesh's take on this next. Kesh, what do you think about the situation with the young goalkeeper getting his chance?
This is not surprising. This is a kid that was rated before Wenger left. Like he and Saka signed their contract at the same time, which was a few years ago. Wenger rated him out. You don't go train with the first team, you're not rated or you're not a bright prospect. For me, it bodes well for the future. Having so much good, talented, homegrown players coming through, it can only mean a good thing. At the end of the day, with the way we're set up and we're meant to be self-sustainable, these players, like, fair enough if not all of them are going to make it to the first team, but what it does mean is that you will be able to get a bit of profit from them that you can then push into other places of the team.
Okay. And sorry to add, Agal. Yeah, I think that one thing that most of the academy kids are looking at is like just the example of Saka, how he went through the whole academy. Now he's in the first team. Now he's starting or maybe starting in the finals for the Euro. So there's a lot of hope around the Haaland kids that look, maybe this could be me too. So there's just a lot of like feel factor that's going around the academy at the moment.
Yeah, that's honestly good. Anyone want to speak on Taylor Hart? Or anybody know?
I'm taking that. I'm not going to
go ahead.
Look, Keto Taylor Hart is a 6 foot, 17-year-old with incredible tackers. He's extremely. 18. Not 17, 18. I mean, thank you, Gunnar Express. He's extremely direct with the ball. He's a very good dribbler. He's someone that will push the team forward. He's someone that is going to be incredibly important to us going forward. I do think he might even get some Carabao Cup minutes this season. He's going to be someone that will be around the first team football, and he's someone that I do think that he's already been training with the first team already. You can see in that picture, and you can see he's not a small kid. He's not someone who's going to get pushed off the ball as easily as someone like a Reece would. He's someone that I do think will have a bright future. And in terms of a left winger coming through the club, it's someone that a position that we need to start looking at. So I think it's a very good signing. And just to quickly mention the Okonkwo signing, Arthur Okonkwo has been at the club since 2016. He signed with Kelechi and Wakali. They came together. They've been extremely highly rated. They played at the Under-17 World Cup together. He's been a highly rated goalkeeping prospect for years now, and for him to be signing a professional contract it shows that we're looking long term at the goalkeeping situation. We're looking at keepers. People have been mentioning Freddie Woodman from Newcastle as a thing, but having someone at homegrown to fill that third goalkeeping spot shows that we're looking long term. And with 9 out of, I think it was like 27 players from the Hale end at the moment in the senior squad, it shows we're looking to build a squad for the long term.
Thank you. Then I'm gonna go to. Before I go to anybody else, I just want to go to Melina. Melina, what do you have to say on these kids? And yo, big up Shocks for joining us. How you doing, bro?
Big up the panel, man. Big up everyone. Let's started lineup out here.
Yeah. There's a lot of us today.
Shocks.
Yo, you know what? Let's just go this way today.
Hey, enjoy your burger, bro. Enjoy your burger.
Listen, I am starving. I got my Friday night juice.
All right, yo, Melina.
Hey, this guy.
I'm gonna go to you next. What do you think about the 3 academy youngsters that we are going to be giving long-term deals to? We're going to be giving Taylor Hart a new deal. We're going to be giving Smith Rowe a new deal, and we're going to be giving the goalkeeper a new deal. So I'm going to go to you and ask you about the Smith Rowe deal. Obviously you're not surprised, but you want it done sooner than later. What's your thoughts on that?
For me, the Smith Rowe deal should have been done long time ago. None of this dilly-dally with Aston Villa making them look like a big club. They're fools. They're never going to touch us. They're never going to come close to our level. They got lucky with Martinez, but we got to stop entertaining their bullshit. So he should have been tied down ages ago. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to happen, but it should have been done a long time ago. It's good to see. Last season we did see a lot of improvement with Smith Rowe and Saka. And now this season, I think Arteta is going to work with Martinelli and Balogun and give them time to shine. If he doesn't, I'm going to be on his case. Sorry, Lisa. With Okonkwo, very good goalkeeper, and it's nice to see that we're giving homegrown players a chance to shine, and we're looking more longevity, long-term success within our own. So it means that we're starting to take things a bit more serious, and I'll give credit when and where it's due. So I'm looking forward to see him play in the preseason. With Taylor Hart, he's a good player, so I have no shock there. I'm looking forward to see how well he can do and how he works well with our squad and the chemistry he can bring with our squad depth as well.
Okay. So I feel like Karan has gone, Kesh has gone. Lisa, you spoke on this. Ozzy spoke on this. Good Express, you haven't spoken on this. What do you think about the 3 deals? Which one do you point out and you want to speak about directly?
I'm going to speak on Taylor Hart.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of echo what Corinne said, bro. For me, he's the best young player in the academy, from the under 23s and 18s, etc. He's been promoted to the 23s, apparently. He's been training with them, which says that he's already taken one step up. I think he'll get minutes, especially against Hibs. Because apparently, again, he's been doing a little bit of first-team training here and there. And like what we saw with Martinelli, like what we saw with Guendouzi when they came into the club, because those two players were brought in to be a part of the academy. They weren't meant to be first-team players. So, you know, they impressed so much in pre-season and in training that they got that move up. So I'm hoping that Taylor Hart especially can be one of those players, maybe not, you know, to the extent of Martinelli, where he's playing first-team minutes a lot, but, you know, a couple of Carabao Cup games, maybe an FA Cup game here and there, possibly a little Premier League appearance if he does well enough. And just quickly on Okonkwo as well. If anyone likes a tall goalkeeper, Okonkwo is that guy.
He's 6'8", isn't he?
So tall. He is incredibly tall.
Makes me look short.
There's a picture, and I'll try and find it, maybe send you it, Gal, but there's a picture of him stood next to all the other Highland goalkeepers. Jesus Christ, man. He is so tall. Like, he's an absolute animal. I think he was stood next to Leno as well. He just eclipses him. So
yeah, look at this. You got Rangers fans. I can't wait to slap you.
Express, have you seen that picture we put in? There was in the group chat earlier about the with Martinez, and he made Martinez look like a complete.
Yeah, he makes him look like a baby.
Who hasn't spoken on this yet? Sahar, you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What do you think
Yeah,
about
I've seen the signings. Honestly, no. Hey. Leave it's tier 1 Arsenal, yeah. Sky Sports Somalia is tier 1 Arsenal, yeah. Leave him alone, yeah. But I've seen it. I'm happy.
You're not paying attention.
Wait, Igama, why are you hating on that guy, yeah? I don't understand yet. I'm kind of concerned we're not. Look here, if we buy a backup goalkeeper, I'm happy with it. I'm kind of concerned. I don't think I have never seen this guy play, so it's up to you guys. Are probably more qualified to talk about him than me. But honestly, I would prefer a backup goalkeeper that's experienced in the Premier League, that's English, because of the homegrown quota as well. So I would prefer someone. A English backup goalkeeper, not Ramsdale. I said I bought in my mock. I bought Cardalo because Newcastle got like 100 goalkeepers, so I just bought him. Like, you know, as a for example, like for 10 million, Cardalo would be perfect. Backup goalkeeper, Premier League experience, fits the homegrown quota. Like, I understand you want a young player there. But it's very hard. Imagine Leno gets injured again, and we're relying on a young player for a long period of the season. You don't want that to happen. You want someone experienced just in case of emergency. So that's my personal opinion.
Okay. Yo, Velvishwan says, yo, Kesh, something about where have you been? But yeah, big up to you, Velvishwan. And yo, Kesh, where you been at, bro? People been asking.
Working.
There you go, man's making that bread. How do you expect him to eat, guys? You can't be always streaming. Anyways, let's move on. But yo, I'm just gonna rotate the panel out. Sahal, thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Don't know my guy. Yo, Ozzy, I'm gonna catch you in the Twitter spaces later, bro. Cool.
All right, cool.
Take you out for a bit. Just it's getting too much people, too many men. But yeah, There we go. Now, moving on to the next one. The next one is going to be an interesting topic. I want to know what everyone's take is on the whole situation with Aouar and how reliable it is. I also want to know about Tavares, Lokonga, but I'm going to leave that for a bit later. I'm just going to go to the Tavares thing. I don't think too much people care right now. Tavares is going to be done sooner than later. The deal is pretty much done and dusted. We're just waiting for him to finish quarantine, and he'll be joining the team for the preseason. I don't think we need to discuss anything on this. Perhaps everyone pretty much knows what's going on. And
we'll hit Avlan.
Unless AK wants to say anything. I want AK on this.
Oh God, if you guys get AK to do this, his high blood pressure is going to go all the way up.
So you're trying to get you guys kick channel locked up.
Okay.
So,
we don't need to go through this right now. We already know the situation with it. Allow it, right? All right. Moving on to Ben White's situation. Once again, I'm just going to give you guys a quick update. Nothing's changed with the Ben White situation. Looks like the deal will be done sooner than later. Fabrizio Romano has said numerous times that this deal is pretty much done and dusted, waiting for the Euros to be completed. All of these rumors about other clubs coming in, don't believe it. It's not true. This deal is pretty much done. Let's just forget about it and keep it moving. Anybody have anything to say about Ben White?
Nope.
No, it's pretty much done. Going to be announced after the Euros.
I prefer not to speak.
There you go. The next one, I'm just going to show you guys some stuff. Lokonga finishes vacation. So it looks like he will be doing his medical sooner than later.
He's already done it, apparently.
He's already done it. We had an update not long ago, Miguel.
He's done his medical.
His medical's done. And you know what? The young kid, his profile fits perfectly to what we've been looking for. Someone that can back up Partey, someone who can come into that midfield and has scope to grow. And you know what? I'm just excited about the fact that we're addressing our issues. What?
Do you have that Crabstat picture where it's comparing Lokonga to Guendouzi?
Yeah, I have that somewhere. No, it was comparing him to Partey.
No, it was to Guendouzi.
No, there's one with Guendouzi as well.
Yeah, there's one comparing to Guendouzi.
Apparently, there's not much in it, right? Not much.
No. Lokonga dominates him.
Lokonga eats him like
Lokonga
for breakfast.
Slaps him up, bro.
Oh shit!
And that's coming from Bruno Express.
Who's he better than? Is he better than Guendouzi or is he better than Partey in that?
He's better than Guendouzi.
Okay.
Like he eats Guendouzi.
Yeah, he eats it for breakfast, bro.
All right, so good. I don't want to hear no more shit from you about Guendouzi.
No.
I don't even want to pronounce. I don't even want to hear you pronounce a player that begins with G anymore, bro.
All right, bro.
Why has he been tweeting about Eddie Nketiah all day? What's going on with that?
Ew.
Okay, yeah, I got the Guendouzi one right now. You guys want to see this, right?
Yeah,
let me get it up for you. So the Guendouzi comparison is weird because he does dominate him in every single statistical category.
Man really don't want to be talking about Gabriel Jesus. I can't believe it.
We shouldn't be looking at just statistics every single day.
No, but there is something here.
He slaps him, bro.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
Final third entries and progressive passes.
Which is exactly what we need.
He gets murked, bro.
So just so you guys know, this is
not even close.
Pass interceptions, recoveries, ball recoveries, efficiency, final pass entries, progressive. What else is there?
Oh look, Guendouzi beats him there.
Progressive carrying. What is he better than? He's better than at dribble completion.
Bro, keep Guendouzi, bro.
Dribbles completed. That's it. That's the only category he beats him with.
No, he beats him pass efficiency as well.
Yeah, he beat. Oh, look, pass it. Oh, bro, I'm not having this.
Interesting. But yeah, honestly, I was just fascinated with how Arsenal Twitter has gone completely nuts about a player and infatuated about a player that we majority of us have not seen prior to this. But I like the fact that everyone's
just say the last sentence you said again and think about it. It does not sound exactly like Arsenal.
Have you seen the comments of the tweet though? The comments are like, "Oh, but you're comparing a guy who played in the Jupiler Pro League to a guy who's in the Bundesliga," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I hear that. You can maybe compensate some little bit of it, but I'm pretty sure certain midfielders wouldn't perform that well in the Jupiler Pro League anyway."
But so, one thing that
I don't really think it's a way of looking at it. He's a quality player. That's it. It don't matter what team he plays for. He's a quality player. So,
guys, let's just move on to the Aouar story. Aouar story is going to take up a lot of time, right?
It should do. It's a big story.
Bro, I'm taking a break from this one. Still,
I feel like the Aouar story I'm already getting prepared because it's gonna be World War III.
This is like Jadon Sancho, bro.
I already hear Gunnar Express talking.
Yo, I'm gonna say my piece, and this is a conversation, guys. This is not one person going at a time. This is a discussion. How many of us want Aouar? I don't want him personally.
I would take him in a heartbeat. Honestly.
Do the rounds and get a yes or no.
Okay, Kesh, what do you think? Aouar, is he would you take him?
I'll take him.
Okay, Shocks.
I'll take him.
Karan.
2 thumbs up.
Gunnar Express.
He prefers not to speak.
As the only option, of course, but if there's literally any other option out there now.
Okay, Lisa.
I would take him in a heartbeat. And I just want to add, yo, Shocks, whatever you're eating, it must be that good because you're enjoying it like your life depend on it.
It's that burger and chips, man.
Okay.
Burger and fries.
And then AK, are you taking him? And then Melina is last.
Go ahead, Melina.
I would sell my unborn children for Aouar to come to Arsenal.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And you'll call me crazy.
Down.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
She's selling her eggs. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That just happened.
Melina, why didn't you say that?
Look at the comments. Fella says, damn.
That's
how much he rates him, man.
Anyway,
Agal, when you finish
your
your what's called live, put that in the comment section.
It best be worth it.
Yeah, put that in the comment section.
That's a short.
He needs to be getting at least 30 GA with that fucking Jesus Christ.
No, but yeah, for me, for the price that he's been reported for, it's kind of slashed in half, hasn't it, from last season? So
25.
Price wise, I will take it. I'll take it.
Do you mind? Do you guys mind if I explain tactically why?
Yeah.
So the issue is, if we're setting up in a 4-2-3-1, we need a person that's malleable to fit in that front five in the 3-2-5. And as we have Kieran Tierney moving into that left wing position in the attacking phase, we need someone to fill in that left channel. Either we can have ESR do it, or we can have Aouar do it, or Aouar move to the 10 and ESR move into that system. It becomes very fluid. You have at the moment we have not enough backup reliability in those two roles. That's why we're going for Maddison, because we can move ESR to that channel and then have Maddison play in the 10 role. And with Aouar, you're getting someone that has elite half-term ability, the ability to ride challenges, the ability to feint and use his body to create space very well. You have a great pass progressor, which is extremely important, especially if we're losing Granit Xhaka, because he is someone that will be able to progress the ball up the field very easily. And the other thing is, if you have someone like Houssam Aouar, it's his ability to get in the box and make runs for other people, to not only be in that 5 but move across into the final third, like Raheem Sterling is doing right now. He's making runs, allowing other people to run behind, or Harry Kane's doing. You need players that will create runs and stretch defenses. So Houssam Aouar does work for there. James Maddison also works. If it's a choice between the two, I do prefer James Maddison, but if for this price, I would take Houssam Aouar 100%.
Okay,
agreed.
Can I tell you guys why I don't want him? Just and you guys tell me if I'm crazy, right? One, I feel like we should be going for someone like James Maddison over Aouar, and I get the price difference, and I feel like the fact that he's already playing in the Premier League and he won't adjust and he won't need that time to adjust will help us. I get that Aouar has played in the Champions League and he's played for Lyon for a long time, but in his time playing for Lyon, has he ever contributed as much going forward to a team? Has he ever played as that as that similar position to Maddison? No, he's played more of a deeper role. Do you think we're going to get Aouar and an attacking midfielder, or are we going to play Emile Smith Rowe as an attacking midfielder and have Aouar as more of a deep lining playmaker? That's
Smith Rowe's going to be left wing.
Aouar will be playing the role that Sabitzer has done this season.
I'm expecting a number 10 Anderson in mid, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think putting that pressure on Smith, because I think one thing you could kind of see the history with his injury, because I don't want us to just kind of pick either or, because at the end of the day, if we want to act like a big club, because you have to take into account that all of the clubs ahead of us are just needing to tweak one or two, and mostly they're going to compete with each other. If our main goal is to make it into top 4, you can't be doing maybe one attacking midfielder is just not enough. It's never enough, because as AK said that we want high profile players to either sit in the bench or play in the first team and actually compete and challenge each other, because we don't want them to get in that cycle of them being comfortable knowing that they're going to be starting in and out. Because I know it doesn't really help that we're just going to be playing once a week, European games or anything like that. But at the end of the day, that's going to challenge them, knowing that that person sitting on the bench has the same quality skill set as you. And if you stuff up, they're coming to take your place in any shape or form. Because if we want top 4, we can't be picking and choosing one player, because we can't do that.
Okay, so people in the chat, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up if you want him. Give him a thumbs down if you don't want him. People watching on Twitter, join us on YouTube. The link is underneath the video. Now, what were we going to say, Cash?
It's not. We always talk about numbers, and yet you watch the guy and you watch what he does. He is the link from the midfield to the number 10. Essentially, it's Emile Smith Rowe if he's playing on the left or if he's playing in the number 10. If you see how much pre-assist this guy gets, you understand what he's all about. Like, just because he's not getting the goals or 10 goals like Bruno, 10 assists like Bruno, doesn't mean he's a terrible player.
Cash, you know what it is for me? It's the fact that you're having someone that is available to pick up the ball at any place in the pitch, run with the ball efficiently, and pop off a ball to very efficiently. It's that link. It's not this. It's the true meaning of a box to box. It's the true meaning of having someone that's available to facilitate you in build up to get you from point A to point B efficiently and with less and quickly as well. So if you don't have that player, it's very difficult to work in transition as quickly as some teams do.
And sorry to add, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier for the other team to read you, because if you don't have that link or the bridge to bring the midfielders and attack together, because that was our main problem when we were playing the 3-4-3. They can just easily just identify who's our most dangerous player and just kind of block them the whole entire time. But if we have like high profile attacking midfielders, it's a lot harder for the team to actually read how we're playing. It makes it more difficult for them.
Okay, so this is the crab stats guy once again doing a statistical analysis and comparing him to a player who played in the Premier League and played quite well in the Premier League for Man City. He's comparing him to David Silva, and he's looking at his statistics and he's saying, you know what, they're very similar. If you look at attacking value added in attacking third, it's quite similar except for one area, which is passes into the penalty area. If you look at the next part, which is pass efficiency and build up, you can see that Aouar is actually slightly superior in majority of areas except for passes into the final third and progressive passes. And then when you look at ball recoveries in the defensive end, you can see that they're both quite weak in both ends, but Aouar is slightly weaker in majority of those areas. And only area that he's better than him at is block passes, or I don't know what that means, but yeah.
You have to remember that Aouar is playing in a worse league.
Yeah, so these are the statistical categories comparing David Silva to Aouar. It's not the fact that they're playing different leagues. It's just to show that they are culpable, and this is the closest thing that you can compare to him.
What it shows is their action areas, what they're doing in certain areas of the pitch, whether it's defending, whether it's attacking. You can kind of get a rough idea of the profile of the player. And
that's the key word, Cash. Profile. What is the profile of the player?
Yeah, but we need someone who can also defend in the midfield, and Aouar can't really do that.
I want to know, what do we think about Aouar? Do we lose some ratings for him because of how bad his team have been, or are you one of those guys like that put away performance of a team and look at an individual's performance?
You have to look at him as an individual player, not as a team.
He had a better season when Lyon were worse.
And also, you have to consider the eye test as well. Stats mean one thing, but look at the eye test.
That's what I don't understand, because I don't understand why fans have suddenly changed their opinion on him and starting to form a narrative that he's not a good player anymore.
It's because he doesn't cost 50 million anymore.
When this is in fact his best season compared to last season when everyone.
Yeah, Gal just hit the nail on the head though, Kesh.
The price tag dropped.
It's not that I don't particularly rate him. I just rather have someone who can defend better than he can. But when you're looking at the player, he is good. Yeah, and like you've just said, he has a better season this season. But Gal's right. It's the price. So many fans are so fixated on buying these £100 million, £80 million signings. But this is what makes me laugh the most. A lot of fans want us to do what Leicester do, finding gems. Well, you're not going to find a gem for 100 mil.
That's not how it works. I think most fans, they love to move the goalpost because you can say the same thing about the 50 mil on Ben White.
Oh my God, I was just about to say that. Yesterday, I asked in Spaces, I said,
I remember that.
Are people actually angry about Ben White because he costs 50 mil? Or are they angry about the fact of the type of player we're getting? And then obviously,
that's what I'm saying. They like to move the goalposts when it kind of puts the agenda left, right, and center.
If it was 25
at the end of the day, getting that price tag
no one would be upset with that. If he was 25,
I agree with Karan. No one would be talking right now about Ben White if he was 25 million.
But then the fact that you have to take in, this is the first time that we're actually shopping in the Premier League, and I'm like, what do you expect? That's how the high prices are. They're not going to offer you their player for less than 20 or even 30 mil. Because they just like to put tax. That doesn't make sense in other leagues. But then if you want to buy that player,
when there's better players for similar prices, that's the issue that I have.
Because I heard, was it Monster earlier in the stream talk about Tomori, and I didn't think it didn't have any relevance to Ben White. The reason being is Tomori being at AC Milan, they're not looking for homegrown quota. He's just a normal player to them. It's different in England. When you're looking at a player who's English, even if he's not even English, like Nathan Ake, he's not English, but he's been trained in the UK since he was a youth, so he comes under the homegrown quota. Teams are going to give you that extra tax on them. They're going to because they know how much they want them.
Nathan Ake, Jonathan Stones, Julian Lescott, I can go on and on and on with players that we thought at the time were okay to good. I mean, John Stones was very highly rated. I'll give you that an exception. But these players have all gone for 40, 45, 50 million. And Ben White is in that mold. He's good to quality. So, I don't know.
But the issue is how good have those players turned out? Because I think personally, especially Stones, I think he's overrated. I don't think he's as good as people make out he is. When they don't have a good centre-back next to him, he's not good. And that proves that he gets carried.
Yeah, we understand
that. It's fine that he does the job, but it's fine that he does. No, he's not really a guy. But again, it's because Diaz. Diaz is better. The issue with Arsenal is we don't have a Ruben Diaz or a Harry Maguire or someone who can make. If Ben White can come in and do his job, that's fine. But I want someone who first can carry the defence, like what Ruben Diaz has done, like what Maguire does at United. Then you bring in a Ben White.
Man City didn't get a Diaz.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They did it the wrong way around. They accepted that when Laporte was meant to be that player, but he kept getting injured.
You have to understand, football's all about the timing as well. Last year, Man City probably couldn't have got a Ruben Diaz, or they weren't looking at him that extensively. Company's gone. They tried to do without Company. It didn't work, so they went and corrected it. So this season, you get a Ben White, you see how it goes. As I said, I keep saying it before, our defending was mostly individual errors, not as a complete unit. Like we came third as a defensive unit in the league. So defensively, it's not really the issue for Arsenal. It's going forward. And the way we do play, I do believe Ben White could be influential.
Extremely influential.
In how we progress the ball forward. Because we saw when we missed the likes of David Luiz, how important he is. I don't rate him. I don't think he's at his best. He was coming to the end of his career. But you saw how influential he was in our build-up play. And I think Ben White could have the same.
That's fair, Kesh. But the issue is, I agree, defensively we were better. I don't think it's particularly because we defended well. I think it's more the fact that we just played more defensively. Everybody went back. It was difficult to break us down because of how many people we put behind the ball.
Let me ask you guys this.
But one real quick, one issue for me is, and this is where I bring up the midfield again. I don't rate Xhaka. I don't think anybody here really does. I rate him as a player, but not as an Arsenal player or a Premier League player.
Agreed.
But defensively, he did help out. He was there. He was always behind the ball. He always dropped into that third centre-back role if Luiz pushed forward further, or he dropped left back. He dropped defensively. If we bring in, say, if we have a midfield three of Aouar, Partey, Smith Rowe, and then Ben White and Gabriel, for me, we have that one area of lack of defensiveness. So either you fill that in the midfield with a Locatelli, or you fill it in that centre-back role with Tapsoba.
Sorry, Igal, before you go, let me just quickly answer that. The midfield will not be. I mean, I don't know, but my opinion is I don't think that he would employ a midfield of Aouar, ESR, and Partey. I just don't think it's plausible.
It's not going to work.
You'd have ESR maybe left wing, or Aouar go left mid. I don't think there's any.
That's what I'm saying. There's many links to Aouar more than the Ben White.
Why are you so sure that he's going to do a 4-3-3?
He is.
He is.
No, but one thing about the 4-4-3, yeah, I think it's a dangerous move because you need like specific players for that
to fit
role.
that formation. Yes,
100%.
That's the issue.
Why are you not so sure that he is actually going to do a 4-3-3?
Because he wants
No, that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
It's what he wants. It's what he wants.
That's his end goal. But
He's the same kind of players that we would still need, even if we was doing a 4-2-3-1. So
let me quickly take this one. So with the 4-3-3, I love the 4-3-3. It's what I grew up on.
When played correctly, it's a dog system.
When played correctly, it's what I grew up on. But the point is, the point I'm trying to make is look at Italy right now. The point I'm trying to make is that it's a game state situation, right? It's not a consistent formation. You can transition between 4-2-3-1 to 4-3-3. It depends on game state. It depends on the degree of opposition. It depends on who you're playing against. So it's not as concrete as saying 4-3-3. That's it. 4-2-3-1.
Interchange.
It looks like 4-4-3 on paper, but the way you're gonna play on the field, it might
exactly. You don't. No team sticks to their formation when defending and attacking. You change formation when transitioning into different areas. So defensively, when we're going forward, we probably drop into a back three. Ben White might push further forward, or he'd drop back into a back three, and Tierney pushes further forward. You don't just stick to a position, but when it comes to overall areas, 4-3-3 for Arsenal, and the way that City play, the way that Liverpool are trying to play, it's the most successful formation in the world right now. It's what the big teams use.
It's what Spain and Italy have used, and
it's what look at Real Madrid. When Real Madrid have won the 3 Champions Leagues in a row, it was a 4-3-3.
But the thing is,
the way it's not just different players, where it's not one-dimensional. They can play different positions, and I think when you're talking about how we didn't really attack much, we defended more. You have to take into account our players are really one dimension. Like with how we played last season, we don't get a lot of chances, but what we do, we still don't finish it. But all we have to do is defend, and get another one, because that's one. Most of our players are just one-dimension players from different passes and different managers. But the players that we're linked with, they can actually play in different positions and different areas. That's one thing you have to take into account.
Look,
one second, guys. Let Aslan chime in. Aslan.
I haven't heard from Aslan. Well, go on, Aslan.
I want to hear Curran afterwards as well, because he was breaking it down what he was saying. It was making sense.
Aslan, what are you saying?
Look, I mean, for me, I'm not going to get into the formation debate. Look, the way I see it, look, I get there has to be a set system, a set formation, but I'm a firm believer in that you should always have a backup system. Also, at the end of the day, when you go away and you face certain opposition, you may have to switch up your formation. So at the end of the day, look, I'm a firm believer in having 2 different setups, but obviously we do need to stick to one for most of our games, especially our home games. Like, we need to have an identity now going forward. We can't be chopping and changing week in, week out.
We can't go back to Emery days. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's safe to say. So as long as Arteta decides finally what his formation is and goes with that, so whether that's a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, I'm not fussed. As long as he identifies the formation and sticks to it and stamps down his philosophy, I'm all for it.
Yo, is it as simple as asking yourself the question, would you rather have Aouar or Maddison, or do we still need a profile of each to come in this summer?
It depends. It's not as simple as Aouar. It's not as simple as saying Aouar or Maddison. It's just not, because
we need to stop looking at the players.
Auxiliary
signings.
signings.
Profile, what they do.
No, that's what I'm saying though. The profile of player.
Well, this is the thing. The thing is about like what Karun was saying. Aouar's an 8. He's going to drop a little bit deeper. Not maybe defensively. He's probably not going to help out as much defensively, but in terms of being in that area to create is what he'll do. Whereas Maddison's going to run forward. He's going to drift to the left because he can. I think he can play a left wing. I think he was playing left wing for a while until Barnes came through. But my issue with Maddison, and I think Aslan brought it up many times, is he's inconsistent in terms of injuries. He can randomly just pick up injuries here and there. He's inconsistent in terms of when he plays. One thing that I have to say with Aouar is he's consistent. Sometimes he's consistently bad, but he's consistent. And that's what you want. You want someone who can be consistent. And if it's good, it's consistently good. That's what you want, is someone who can be consistently good. So, look, for £20 million or whatever, Aouar, as I said, if we get him in and we get someone who can fill that a more defensive role, you can't complain at that. You can't. Like if you get a Locatelli and an Aouar, or a Basuma and an Aouar, how can you say our midfield's not good? Exactly, man. You've got Partey, Smith Rowe, Aouar, Basuma. That's 4 midfielders. You've got El Neni, who no one really rates, but as a backup, he's not that bad. Lokonga as well. Like that midfield is deadly, and no rival will want to admit it. But deep down, they're shitting themselves, bro. Because that's one thing they laugh at us all this season is, your midfield's crap, which it is.
Yeah.
The minute we get a good midfield, these guys are not going to know what hit them. And that's
let me just expand on that, because I know Agal, you've been waiting for a while, but let me just say something quickly. So with this Aouar, Maddison, Bissouma, etc. talks, so we were talking before about 4-2-3-1 versus 4-3-3, and we were talking about Willock earlier, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the main reasons I want to keep Willock is because he can be that bench 4-3-3 trigger. So if you want to change that, if you're in a chasing game state and you're in a position that you need to push the pressure, you can take off a pivot and you can bring on Aouar and move to a more attacking formation, i.e. the 4-3-3. So Joe Willock is someone that can cross the midline and create chances. You'll have the ability to transition to a 3-1-6 instead of a 3-2-5 that you have in a 4-2-3-1, and allows you to really create that sort of overload mentality that will create chances in a more progressive way. So in terms of Aouar versus Maddison, it's not a case of either or. It depends on the signings you surround them with. It depends on whether you're going with a Bissouma or you're going with someone like a Locatelli, or even someone else that we don't know yet. But that's just how I feel on the situation. You need to be able to be loose and fluid with your formations. So that's just how I feel on the situation.
That's just how I feel. I like that song. Now, we got Kosi in the chat saying Aouar all day. We got Dude TD saying both. We got Obi saying Maddison. We got Scotland lad saying Aouar. We got the original question came from Mustafa. So I'm gonna throw it to you guys. Maddison, Aouar. If you just had to pick, is everyone going Aouar?
Can we say
Maddison.
about?
I'm not picking. I'm not picking. There's no way.
We need both. We need both.
We need both. But what would be more essential?
I don't think.
What would be more essential? Someone who can keep possession, recycle possession forward, and get the attacks going, or someone who can join the attack and actually score goals?
Aouar.
Someone who can join the attack and actually score goals.
No, it has to be Aouar though, because when you look at it, right? Again, look at what we did last season. Ceballos was trash. We know that, right? And he's not a good footballer. That's just it for me. He's just not good.
Correct.
But when you look at the way we played, I know we didn't score many goals from midfield, but I don't think we were supposed to. I think Ødegaard isn't a goal scorer, so he was. No. Anyone expecting Ødegaard to score goals was wrong. I still don't think he did well enough. I think he could have got more assists.
Were there people that actually thought that? Were people that are out there thinking Ødegaard was going to score goals?
Look. Yeah. So Corin. People look at Maddison. I think he scored 8 goals last season, and they see that's a good season It's not an 8-goal season for a goal-scoring midfielder. For me, is not good enough. That's not good
Depends
enough.
on the amount of games he plays as well.
I mean, Maddison played a lot of games. I mean, look,
majority of the
again, when you look
season.
at all the context, yes, but I think for 8 goals, like Maddison, what we wanted to, a lot of fans, when you say why you want Maddison to score goals, 8 goals ain't good enough. It ain't, if you want a goal-scoring midfielder, you want someone like, I don't rate Fernandes.
So Gunnar Express, what do you want? What do you want?
Well, again, when you ask the question between Aouar and Maddison, for me, you've got to say Aouar, because
the thing is,
we need someone who can sit in at 8, that box-to-box role, who can create from the midfield and supply the attacking midfielder, who can then supply our strikers, which is why I worry a little bit about Aubameyang. And if he can't hit form straight away, we need to look at just dropping him. We cannot persist with Aubameyang this next season. If he's not performing from the beginning, you drop him, because we're going to be wasting. We're complaining about the creativity.
Your best 11, Gunnar Express. It's very simple. If he's not good,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Aubameyang has 2 games where he's not scoring, he's just looking poor, he's missing chances, because I think we're going to create a lot of chances for him. If he ain't scoring, you've just got to drop him. And that's what my only worry is, that a lot of fans will react badly to that and say, we can't drop him. No, he's the captain, this and that. And no, if he ain't performing, he ain't performing.
Nope.
That's
I do disagree with you though, Gunnar Express, on the fact that 8 goals is not good for Maddison. If you look at the system he was playing in, he was playing as a 2 just in front of Ndidi until Ndidi was behind, playing in Ndidi's position until he came back from injury. There's not many. He's essentially playing as an 8. There's not many 8s out there who's scoring a galore of goals. Like, we can look at Bruno, but that's like a one-off.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like before Bruno, I'm not expecting
Aouar to score goals though. That's
I'm talking about Maddison. I'm talking about Maddison's season last year. Like, I don't think it's bad.
Guys, let me just close it off. Before we close it off, I want to get 2 people's takes on this. Lisa, what is your whole take on the whole Maddison Aouar thing?
My take is I want both of the players, because generally I want to actually generally for most of the time being to act like a big club. We shouldn't be either or, because if we want to compete or close that gap, those are the type of profile of the players that we need. And one thing that Gunnar was saying is, I think for the past couple of years we've actually moved or lost our identity, because one of our main strength was our midfield, because even if our strikers having a day off, you can guarantee or bank on it that your midfield are going to score goals or give you assists. Now we generally don't have that, and we've been relying so much on Aubameyang, and you can kind of see that last season, when if he wasn't getting the type of assist or the type of ball that he needs to generally score, it wasn't going to go anywhere. So if we can share that load of, look, Aubameyang, you don't have to kind of keep scoring to kind of bail us out. If it's a share collective between all the midfield and all of the attackers, then I think that it will be a good start to the season.
Yeah, no, I see it, Melina. I seen the Locatelli 40 million thing. It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Sky Sports Somalia, bro.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
Man like Abdi reported it, bro.
Let's just allow it. Anyways, Aslan, take it away. What do you think?
What about Maddison or Aouar?
Yeah.
Look, I agree with Lisa. Look, like I said, we need two quality players fighting and creating healthy competition. Until we don't have that, we're not going to be challenging, let alone getting top 4. People can say to me that, look, we were only 5-6 points off top 4. Cool, but at the end of the day, last season was a bad season for everyone. Everyone had a season which they never thought they would have.
Okay. Enough about that.
Oh yeah,
enough about that. There's one bigger thing.
I would definitely take both. They make sense financially and for footballing reasons. So yeah, I'll definitely take both of them.
Aslan, go first. All or nothing documentary.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look, for me, for me, this is embarrassing, mate. This is very embarrassing. If we were at the heights of Man City or Liverpool recently, where we had won major honours, and Amazon approached us into making this documentary, then I'd be all for it. Why not? I would love to see what the behind the scenes are, the day-to-day lives of these players, and just overall like get an idea of like what are winners like. Yeah. But unfortunately, the past 2 seasons we have been nothing less than atrocious.
3 seasons, 5 seasons.
All right,
Aslan, are you just
okay? Even Wenger's last season, since Wenger's last season till now, we've been nothing short of atrocious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this I predicted a long time ago, but my title for the documentary was a little different. My title was, Arsenal till I die, fallen giants, all or relegation. Right?
I thought it would be an RSPCA thing. I thought it would be an RSPCA thing. Okay.
Aslan is just worried. Bro. You don't want to be seeing Tavares lifting their dogs.
Now, am I right in saying like this is like from what I read on Arsenal.com, they said that this is going to be released next year.
Yeah, they're filming next year.
Are they going to be filming us going into this season?
Yeah.
Yep.
From preseason. Right. Till.
Look, as long as that Tavares is anywhere in the documentary, I would allow it. So, but if I hear he's in it, then I won't be watching it.
Please bring up Vibes' latest comment. Oh my god.
Where is it?
Man said they better not show Tavares going to the vet. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This Tavares thing, man.
All right, let me.
If you guys don't know, I actually did a special 2 months ago with Tom from the Gunner Talk, calling in the episode All or Nothing. Literally, that's the background right now that I made. And where is the actual title? Where is it? Let me show you guys. This is what I made. All or Nothing, narrated by Igal on EGTV.
So, Igal, you were the one behind this, then, huh?
I was pushing the All or Nothing train. I wasn't asking for an actual documentary. I just thought it was ironic that it was called All or Nothing, and our season was All or Nothing at the time with the Europa League, and it was stressful. So I just did this.
I just want to say, kids,
I don't know why
people that are listening on the comment section, be careful what you're speaking to existing, because that's just a girl as an example. Just be careful, guys.
No, I don't know why people are so upset about it though. I'm
100%.
I like it.
I'm not excited to, because look, yes, these documentaries are a brilliant way of rivals bantering us. We still banter Spurs about certain things that happened in their documentary, but as an Arsenal fan, forgetting all the rival banter, depending on how the season goes. Say the season goes bad, right? Just hypothetically, we can see how the players react, how the manager's reacting, how the Cronkies reacting, and how involved they are. Because we're going to see Edu, we get to see how involved these people are. We get to see if the players are actually clowns in the changing room. I know a lot of it will be cut and certain things here are going to be changed and blah blah blah.
Arsenal have full control over what gets released. By the way,
of course, but there's still going to be certain things, like look at Spurs, for example. Certain things that were in Spurs' documentary, you'd think, why
the Danny Rose situation for being with
exactly, and the way that Levy was messing up a bunch of signings, they left all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they're going to leave certain things in there.
They left out the whole Pochettino era.
I'm excited to see what. And again, like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we'll get to see Arteta get sacked in it, whatever else." But say we do well, say we get top 4 and win an FA Cup.
Who is this Gunner Express? What have you done with Gunner Express?
No,
I don't know who this guy is.
Bro, I wanted it. The minute I saw the Tottenham one, I wanted an Arsenal one. I want the shit that goes on to be exposed, whether it's good or bad, whether the players do piss around in training, expose it. Whether the players are, because a lot of assumptions we make about the manager, about the players, about these guys could be changed after this.
Good Express. I want to get everyone's take on this, right? But before I do that, I'm just gonna tell you guys, they have had this done for their NFL team, and they
Yeah.
were one of the more open teams with it, and they did do a lot of business while they're on the documentary. So I wouldn't be surprised that they're waiting for the documentary to start to get all these signings in and get all the recording and everything started done, because this is going to make the money. This is going to make the club money, and they're going to now be more PR trained than ever. So could this be something that actually affected our transfers? It possibly could be. You never know. But I think this is a good thing. I think this is gonna come and help us as fans get a better understanding of what's going on behind the club. And for what they show us, we might see either good things, we might see bad things. But either way, we get an inside look and a sneak peek of what we usually don't get to see. So I'm happy about that. But hey, incoming memes and everything else, they're gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
It was also done.
Let me take this.
It was also done at the Rams too. So when the Rams did it, this documentary style, it worked for them. Like, it gave full transparency to the fans. And, I think as Arsenal fans, we've been suffering for a long time with the Cronkies. And at least now we'll have some transparency, the good and the bad and the ugly. But we'll get a bit more honesty, I hope. And, see what actually happens.
The PTSD is already there, in it. Like, the memes.
Exactly. And the memes are gonna happen either way. So
you know what I mean. So
you already know it's gonna happen. So.
And another thing you can add, because what Gun expressed and what Agal said is, when Spurs did it, they got a lot of sponsored dealership. So that's another money added into the maybe Cronky's what's called pocket. But what Gunnar said, because what I see in most Twitter is fans just be making this make-believe stories to kind of go along with the agenda. But once you actually watch the whole show, it can kind of flip the whole agenda out or kind of fuel it even more, because at the end of the day, if they're generally going to be more honest about what goes on and how the club is run, that's going to tell us more judgment of how down we are, or we can learn from our mistakes from a fan's point of view, because most of the years the club has not told us anything. We've just been out in the dark, and we're just guessing what's going to happen and how the club is run, because that's what most of our worry comes from, because we don't know what's going on.
Yo, why is a condom company sponsoring it? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it's not a condom company. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're trying to link Tavares.
It's not Egal. It's Julex, not.
Bro, get your mind out of the gutter, man. What's going on with you?
Julex is not.
I think Julex is the same company, Egal.
Before we go, let me just quickly. Let me quickly just get on this documentary thing. Look, there's a couple of points that people haven't raised that I think need to be said. Obviously, this has got to do with the Daniel X stuff. We need to go with that first and foremost. Go on, Egal. The whole Daniel X stuff it's got to be with this, because there's a bid on the.
Julex. Oh, that's the fucking
it's
dog.
The paint company, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the dog that banned.
You guys are going off. It's ridiculous.
Nah, y'all need to go to church, especially you, Agal.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, all of you, man.
Listen,
yeah, this is quite clearly a PR move. Let's be real.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, this is a group that are quite under pressure right now with the Daniel X stuff. The protests have gone on in the Super League, all this stuff, and Alan's just put it there. If we're not doing well in the top four, this is what they'll have to try and push that. Oh, don't worry, we're going to show exactly what's going on in the documentary. So I'm not exactly enthused by this move, because I know what's going on behind it. I don't like, but if there is one season to do it in, it would be this season. No Europe. A new younger squad. I mean, I don't like that there's not those older heads in the locker room to try and like shepherd the guys through it, like this documentary series. I don't like it, but I can see why they're doing it, and I can see some benefit in us being able to see, as Gunnar Express said, about the ins and outs of the club. I'll get your mind out the gutter, Gal. Durex, and Dulux. Dulux and Durex, okay? Just repeat it in your head. We'll get you there, don't worry. But there is a whole thing about we need to be able to see what's going on at this club, and I think this will actually help a lot of people go, okay, are we in, out? And the other thing I want to say is, you guys know about me and my appreciation for this new regime of Garlic and Lewis. I want to see what they do, and if this is going to be in the documentary, I want to see how they perform and what they're doing, if they're doing anything. So I'm willing to give them a chance, and we'll see how it goes. And personally, as a content creator myself, I'm going to love watching these episodes and doing reviews on them with the boys. You're muted, Gal.
You're on mute.
I'm gonna do review episodes together. So after every episode that gets released, we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna do ours on Baller of Passion as well. We're doing all of them, man. They're gonna be so good.
Let me just show you guys some stuff.
Now, bro, sorry to cut you. Just for clarification, like, this is gonna be released this time next year, innit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So like, it's not gonna be filmed and
Drake, for God's sake,
as the season goes on.
This is what happens when AFC Bell drops a tweet. But
all or nothing Arsenal. Interesting. You know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Gal? He's here for it.
We're completely fucked. All or nothing Arsenal.
Just saying. Anyways, so yeah, enough about that. I feel like everyone here has their take on it. I'm not too worried. Kesh, you're not too worried, it seems like, right?
Nope.
Karan, you're not too worried. Gunnar Express is actually not too worried.
It's just
Lisa thinks it's embarrassing,
annoying.
but she's like, you know what? She's seen worse, right?
Yeah.
Melina,
this is the season to do it, though.
But yeah, okay with it?
No, I reckon the season when Arteta came. No, was it last season when we won the FA Cup? That had so many quality content that you can put in, from Özil being excluded, us finishing eighth, how we had to put everything on the FA Cup. It was just a bad season, and at the end we kind of lifted a trophy. So if we can get those moments that we get a trophy and top four, and it looks ugly now and then, but we pick up, bro, I would actually sponsor for like the Oscars or something like that.
Guys, is it me or Arsenal are trending every single day on my
100%. You know, all
gets clicks. Look at the Sergio Ramos story
here in Australia. The All or Nothing, when it came out, or when it was in Arsenal's Twitter page that we're doing it, within like 20 minutes, I saw it and I was like, what the hell's going on? I thought it was like a TV show or there was some big news, and I'm like, oh my
Olivier
Lord.
Giroud was trending because he left Chelsea.
That's
Guess what was trending?
ridiculous.
Arsenal was trending.
Ridiculous.
Right? But Suma, they signed his replacement at Brighton. Arsenal's trending. The
Sergio Ramos deal.
Villa submitted a bid for Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's trending. Aouar says he's not going to his actual training.
Remember, Aouar is in London as well. Don't forget.
Aouar is in London. Right now, if I go on Twitter, I bet you something massively Arsenal related is trending, because every single day.
Let me check. I want to check this as well.
Aubameyang's trending.
Aubameyang is indeed trending. Yeah.
Aubameyang is trending. What else? Aubameyang's trending. Why is he trending? Let's find out.
It's trending.
It's probably the
Lyon's line.
About the All or
Nothing. Guys, check this out. You know why he's trending? Because of the All or Nothing.
Oh my days.
Look, so they're doing Aubameyang.
Yeah. I've seen this.
When the camera's showing his shoes. Then they got Lacazette.
Albert Laka, yeah.
Pre-match talk. Oh man, that's funny. What else is there?
This probably is giving like AK some high blood pressure, because he's gonna be like all of
funny. Aubameyang practicing his flips.
That's what you call a captain.
Oh, have you guys seen this one? This was hilarious.
Yeah,
Dino, man.
Hilarious. What else?
There's so much content that we can use for us.
I hope they have some Willie Aubameyang in this. I want to see Fofty in this. There's got to be some Fofty moments.
Recording when Xhaka and Leno fought. And you see Aubameyang dead. Aubameyang when the camera crews in front of him.
we need some Fofty in this though. Fofty's got to be in this.
Aubameyang, what? When he's asked to do an interview without saying swagger.
A girl, you know, to top everything off, when Aubameyang brings his brother in, and his brother's like 40.
Oh my God, is that it? Is this Aubameyang's twin?
No.
Nah.
He has a similar head shape.
This is gonna be a long season.
I mean, that guy's got some techers. Cheese.
If Aubameyang can do that, Lord. Hey, you can't tell me. Hey, no disrespect to Aubameyang's brother, but you can't tell me he's not a crackhead.
He's fucked. Yo, who's dancing like that? Aubameyang when he scores against Burnley.
Miguel, was that Oba's brother with real
Yeah,
pieces?
This is Oba's brother.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
official
actually.
video. Oba's
Bro,
brother.
this guy is tapped in the head.
I told you, and that's a real gun too.
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah, he's tapped.
Look, he
I
pops
thought he was gonna shoot himself when I was watching that video. I was like, he's gonna shoot himself.
I don't know, bro. Like it almost feels.
Yeah, his brother's a bit tapped.
It almost feels his older brother is using his younger brother's fame in order to gain popularity on his social.
Yeah.
He not try. He has done it.
No, but I mean, look, I don't follow his brother, or I don't know.
I don't either, but you can tell that he's
how
done
much
it.
of a following he has. You know what I mean?
This one's good. This one's good.
Oh yeah, I saw this, bro. Isn't this his older brother as well?
Yeah.
What kind of relationship do they have with their family?
I use that on Twitter. Be warned, if you come at me on Twitter, you're getting this meme. Okay? This meme is in my arsenal. I love that.
Oh my god. Yo, the man did a rap about this?
Oh, bro,
or is this the old one?
No, it's
that's Presser. That's Presser. That's Presser.
Oh, Presser is actually funny. Oh shit! This is actually the train. Yo, we're gonna see all this the whole documentary.
But you know what pains me, yeah? For me, I don't mind if a player has personality or does that off the field, but if you're not performing and you're doing that left, right, and center, you're not serious. Because all you care about is getting your money. But if you are performing left, right, and center and winning games and winning trophy, bro, you can twerk, do what you gotta do. But Jesus Lord.
Oh my god.
No, but to be fair, Aubameyang had a lot of problems.
Oh, have you guys seen this? Look, that's where we're going to be collecting our FA Cup trophies every season.
I can't take Jack Grealish seriously anymore because of show.
No, I couldn't take him seriously when he
did that. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What happened?
This takes the mic, man.
Show took it too far.
Tell me later. Tell me in the group chat.
Eduardo Higgin linking players to Arsenal every window.
Bro. You know what? It's funny though, because Edu, he's so nice as well that you just can't hate him. Like, he's so nice. He's actually like a really nice person. And to be fair with that Grealish thing, he did say we needed Champions League football if we're gonna even talk to Grealish, and we didn't.
No, but you know what's so funny about that? Yeah, I think it's the fans that legit take his word seriously.
Yeah, exactly. It's not his fault that people take his words are serious.
It's not his fault at all.
Because he's just linking the type of players that we need. Like, even though we don't know them,
he's just giving his opinion on them.
Yeah, if someone made a video of all the videos that people make tweets about related to Arsenal and just made a collage, it would be big. It would be bigger than Skullthuggery. I'm telling you. These people on Twitter are hilarious. Oh my god! But yo, people,
Vibes FC said it in a PG rated way that Grealish likes Yardies.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. Yo, people, we're out of here. It's been an hour and 47 minutes actually. Big up to everyone who's dropped by. We're off this. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with the stream, but not Arsenal related. We're going to be doing the Conor McGregor Poirier fight. Peace out.